Hello friends and family, and welcome back to the final day of the 2023 Disc Golf Pro Tour Championship, presented by Barbasol. Coverage brought to you by Run Productions. My name is Holly Finley.
And I am Raven Klein. What do you say? We have brought you the final day. We are here at Nevin Park in Charlotte, North Carolina, ready to see who can take down this DGPT finale. So shiny. Looks like the MPO one was crooked. I wonder if someone dropped it.
Yes.
Oh, I know.
Buff it.
Looking good, Sam. Shout out to Catch Cam Sam of DGN. On our card today, we have Kristin Tattar, who is currently first at C2 in regulation at 56%. Next on the card, Hailey King, who is first in fairway hits at 86%.
Next up, Jennifer Allen, sitting second at C2 in regulation, 44%. Rounding out today's card, Stacie Rawnsley, sixth in part at 6%.
Here we go, final day, hole 1, par 3, 340 feet. You do have the parking lot on the right as OB, so a lot of players are gonna just push something straight or maybe try and get a forehand that's gonna skip in toward the basket. A lot of players trying to push that tree line, however the sandy part around this tree can stop the skip, so you might wanna risk it and get a little bit closer. I mean, it's the final day, go for everything. But we've seen a lot of birdie putts on this hole.
First on the tee, please give a warm Charlotte welcome to Miss Kristin Tattar.
Kristin did opt for the tighter line on her forehand, but she catches the branches of the second to last tree.
Ms. Hailey King.
Hailey King with a forehand off the tee. We saw her get inside the circle yesterday for a birdie putt, and she has done it again.
Next on the tee, let's give a warm welcome to Miss Jennifer Allen.
Jennifer Allen with the backhand turnover, not quite committing to the angle though, and she does hug the left tree line and gets caught up at the
Rounding
end.
out our card, please put your hands together for Miss Stacie Rawnsley.
If you're a fan of Stacie and you've been watching her sparkle hats are pretty much a brand for her.
Very true. Stacie switching it up here on the last day. She's been going forehand off the tee.
Wow,
but her
Stacie!
backhand gets her into the circle for a birdie putt.
I love that shot. It's so hard to get that very late turn.
Yeah. I know Castaplas has a good number of discs, especially at that upper fairway, with the understability and late turns. So Kristin throwing a forehand approach into the circle so that she can have a par putt.
Jennifer Allen from circle 2. Oh my gosh, and just like yesterday, she hits the front of the cage, barely missing a long birdie.
Hailey King for birdie. She misses that to the right side.
Stacie Rawnsley for birdie. Stacie in for the bird here on the first.
Maybe she's a backhand gal. Kristin makes good on the par.
Hailey King in for par.
And Jennifer Allen in for par. Stacie snagged the only birdie of the day on hole 1.
The only birdie. Wow, Stacie. Here we are on hole 2, par 3, 366 feet. Playing slightly uphill, the basket is blind from the tee. You've got these leaner trees over here on the right side, which seem to be the most common hit trees. If you can't get a shot shape to actually go down through the multiple fairways, you can simply throw on the left side and find yourself with an easy pitch up. This is a difficult hole to reach. I feel like there's a bit of a luck factor.
Yeah.
You can see the fairway and throw it, and then sometimes it's just a surprise if you're going to get down there. Stacie Rawnsley up first.
Looking for another shot with that late turn. Well executed, and she's going to be about pin high outside the circle on that left side.
Kristin hits one of the first available on the right side. She'll be scrambling for par.
Hailey King going with the forehand, but she catches the big tree on the left side and kicks into the left rough.
Jennifer Allen, a good-looking turnover. Down the main fairway, tracking the basket.
We did see her go past the basket yesterday, and she does it again.
Jennifer Allen putting for birdie from 38 feet. But first up, Hailey King with her second shot.
Well, she wasn't nearly as obstructed as I thought she was going to be. You can see how fast the green is. Hailey was coming in right at the tower and scoots to the back of the circle.
Big scoot.
Big scoot.
Kristin looking for a magic alley to get to the basket, does not find it, hits down early. Now this is her third shot, trying to save bogey at this point. And she has left it short once again. She doesn't even want to try for that putt and plays it for the double bogey.
That is never a fun feeling, but we've seen putts get away from people. I mean, even on this hole. So kudos to her for having that.
Jennifer Allen didn't want any taste of that long elevated putt, and she pitches it up to the base of the tower for a drop-in par.
Hailey King to save par. Leaves it just low. Gets a bit of a roll away. Caught by the tree.
Thank you, tree.
And she is in for the bogey.
Kristin Tattar will take a 5. Stacie Rawnsley dropping in for the par, as well as Jennifer Allen.
Nice little crowd keeping up with this chase card here on the last day. Stacie Rawnsley, the only player under par. Hole 3, par 5, 630 feet. Off the tee, you're just trying to put yourself in good placement. Good shots are going to get about here. Great shots can even push up to these two trees. We pretty much only see that distance with a forehand turnover. Your second shot, if you can push up to the edge of this corner, that's great. Some players can even turn it all the way up here, leaving themselves with a short pitch up to have a look at the birdie. With this being a par 5, we've seen a lot of players off the fairway on the first and still saving the par. Stacie with a low hyzer, and she's going to get a little bit of a skip on the fairway and in good position to attack.
Jennifer Allen hits the gap, but does not make it through. She drops down early.
You've seen Hailey take this bigger forehand approach each day.
Yeah, I really like this shot.
It's so nice. She gets good turn out of it, almost moves up the fairway an extra 50 feet, and with a nice tree tap, she's still in the middle of the fairway. Kristin taking the tighter line on the hyzer. This looks really nice. And everyone executing a good shot here on the third.
Jennifer Allen's second shot, just looking to get at or near that short tee, and she hits and kicks into the left woods.
I liked that choice though.
Stacie with a very conservative play, which we've seen from her before here on the second shot. She goes barely past the short tee, and she could still get a birdie from there.
Kristin with the standstill forehand flex. Even with that tree kick, she's in good position. She might have gotten an extra 30 feet, but nothing to complain about. Jen doesn't quite get the turn she was asking for. Really high, lofty, and she gets to the edge of the fairway.
Hailey King with an amazing forehand out and around the corner. What a shot.
Jennifer Allen with a good backhand approach here. She gets just to the edge of the circle.
And Stacie must be slightly out of position. She pitches out about 40 feet to the middle of the fairway. She'll be playing for par.
2 days in a row on that second shot, she just saws it off a little bit and doesn't use the full fairway, and she's had to pitch out both days. Kristin Tattar with an approach that gets her just to the maybe 10 feet outside the circle.
Stacie's forehand approach gives her a 15-foot putt for par.
This is Hailey King with a long eagle bid.
Oh, the top hat. Wow. I love the way she plays this hole with that forehand.
Me too.
It's really giving her a lot of distance that the other ladies aren't even getting close to. Kristin misses her putt, as does Jennifer. Stacie to save par.
Playing the hole safe. You have to applaud that. I mean, it's never fun to only gain 20 feet on, a 600-foot hole. Jennifer Allen in for the bogey. And Hailey King in for the birdie.
Kristin will take a par here on hole 3.
Yeah, I really love her forehand on this tee shot.
Stacie Rawnsley sitting at 1 under par. Here we are on hole 4, a par 4, 640 feet. Off the tee, you're looking for a hyzer going past this little rock drainage area, landing about here. That'll give you between 280 and 320 into the pin. It doesn't need to be an extreme hyzer. A straight shot with a very minimal finish will park it. See a lot of players be super aggressive on that left turn and find themselves up there pin deep, but with a long circle's edge putt. Hailey King up first.
Pushing that right side of the fairway and just catches one of the last trees. It's going to be a tough angle, but she could do like a backhand turnover and still clear the corner. with some good distance. Stacie throwing her leaf, one of her 2 leaf discs. Gets a good kick off of one of the right trees, and she's in the middle of the fairway. Looks like she was past the rock swell.
Kristin follows the shape of the fairway nicely over the ditch and in very good landing position.
Jennifer Allen's shot looking good out of the hand, but also catches one of those right trees. She is still on the fairway.
We saw Jennifer park this yesterday, and today her second shot is a misfire. She is in the woods on the right side. That thigh slap reminded me of when James Conrad tries to kick a root, but he just sort of caresses
Pushes
it with
it.
his toe. Like, oh, you root.
That might be one of my favorite things that has ever come out of disc golf.
Me too. Me too. Hailey King's shot ends up barely on the right side in the woods.
Stacie in good position here after her first shot, and a really nice second shot. Doesn't hug the corner too tightly, and she's going to be mid-circle 2, maybe even a look through the trees. I love that putt.
Exactly.
Kristin with the furthest drive of the group. Pushing a hyzer around the corner. Definitely a low release, but edge of the circle.
Also maybe through the trees.
Maybe through the trees. She's got more of the hyzer angle through the trees.
This is Jennifer Allen's third shot.
Why are you hiding yourself so much?
And she misfires it again, but gets lucky.
Was
and
that
is
a misfire? It
in
looked
the
like just a
bullseye.
normal shot.
I thought she pulled it a little to the right.
I feel like if there was an award for who talks their disc the most, it's probably Jennifer Allen. Hailey King approaching into the circle. Stacie opts to go around the trees.
Probably a wise decision.
I mean, it was, but I want her to go through the trees. Kristin through the trees. Dang it.
You got what you wanted.
I did. She misses left side, though.
Hailey King with a solid par putt.
I'm hoping today is one of those days for Hailey when she is just on, because I love watching her putt when it seems like she can't miss. Jennifer Allen in for the par. Kristin in for the par.
Stacie in for par. Stacie Rawnsley still the only player under par on this card.
Hole 5, par 4, 630 feet off the tee. Your main fairway is straight ahead, and if you can get something to push straight and then maybe have a slight finish at the end, you're going to set yourself up for 2 lines into the basket. We've seen big forehand Annies. We've seen people that can just take a backhand hyzer and skip up to maybe circle's edge and have a look for that birdie putt. But with this slope, you have to be careful with your angle coming into the basket. It is a very fast green, but we've seen players get up here.
Hailey King misses the main fairway and hits some trees early on the left side.
She does kick a little bit to the left, but there are multiple fairways, albeit a little bit smaller, that you can take all the way up.
One thing to note, it is very windy today. The players have had a very nice week of
Oh.
little to no wind.
Nice tree kick for Stacie. Yeah, definitely the windiest day. Kristin taking one of the right side fairways. Wasn't able to get any flare because she caught up with some low bushes and grass, but a good shot nonetheless.
If you don't want any flare, that's fine.
Then it was great. Perfectly executed.
Jennifer Allen with a great shot.
We're going to get to see like 4 different fairways now. Hailey throwing a hyzer around the corner. Does end up on the left side, but good distance.
Stacie forehand turnover gets some good forward progression.
Kristin with a forehand approach gets caught up again on the left side trees.
Come on. Find it. Okay.
Jennifer Allen using the full height of the ceiling here, and she gets all the way up into the green.
Hailey hits a tree on the way to the basket, and she's still 75 feet away.
Stacie has a lot in her way. Throws a little forehand touch shot, but it has a lot of airspace with the slope of the green, so she ends up near the bottom of the hill.
Kristin pitches up to 15 feet.
Ooh. Hailey with a good bid there. Hits band. That's been the miss we've seen from her a lot this weekend.
Jennifer does not connect on her long bid. Stacie Rawnsley from 39 feet, a little right side. Kristin will walk away with a par here on hole 5.
Jennifer Allen made good on her par. Stacie will take a bogey here, as will Hailey. That does bring Stacie back to even, and Nevin is just not giving out a lot of birdies today. Hopefully we will see a couple more.
Welcome back, Ace Runners. Hole 6, par 5, 805 feet. Send a massive tee shot through these big, majestic trees, landing anywhere safe here in the field. The second shot can be aggressive, trying to go across the out-of-bounds ditch, or you can just be a little more conservative, landing short of it right about here. Then if you've got a long putt, you can still even get an eagle bid without going over the ditch. You really want to avoid hyzering out from the tee shot on the left side. Kristin Tattar moving
I like
right.
That.
Yeah, this looks nice.
Oh, too high today. Hit a branch.
Hit a branch, she says. She is able to hit a branch, saves her from possibly fading all the way out into the OB. She's just going to lose a bit of distance there. Hailey with a nice height on her shot.
She drops down early, but she's safe. We've seen Hailey go OB left in previous days.
Stacie with a bit of a straighter shot. Gets all the way through.
Oh. Not sure
Looks
if
like
Stacie
after he put the green flag up, he
wanted
took
to
it
grab
back.
the red one. Yeah. We'll see when we get there.
She must be really close. And then he thought he did it too soon.
Hailey's second shot does not make it over the ditch, but she's in the trees, close to the gap.
Jennifer Allen playing a much wider approach. Personally, I like this side a lot better. She's got some more airspace to work with. Stacie was inbounds, able to just take a little bit of relief there. Hits the
Ooh.
gap perfectly.
Oh, over the ditch? Is she in bounds?
Oh,
yes,
beautiful.
Stacie Rawnsley with a putt at eagle. What a shot.
I feel like I haven't seen as many players getting the skip over the ditch from that far left.
Kristin clips one of those dry bushes on the right side and drops early. She could still get this shot up there for a
In line
birdie.
with the gap, though. If you're going to go short, be lined up.
Perfect. In the bullseye. Still with a putt for birdie. Look at the wind. We haven't had anything
Tough spot.
like this all week.
No, not at all. Hailey very blocked off from where she was, so she just pitches to the edge of the gap. Leaves that a little bit short, but she's on the edge.
Jennifer doesn't have a good angle to get over the ditch, so she lays up short of it.
Like I had said, Hailey on the edge here, so she's able to just float a forehand approach up to the basket. Nice and easy.
Right on the line.
Jen gives it a long bid, just not enough juice, so she gives us a tower tap.
Rawnsley for eagle from 45. Just a bit right side.
We're gonna have to take one of those darn tap-in birdies again.
Oh, man.
Hailey in for the par.
Oh, no, my mistake is a drop-in
I
birdie.
hate that.
Oh, man. Should probably drop kick my bag.
Kristin in for the birdie, Jen in for the par, and Stacie with that darn drop-in birdie.
Oh, shoot. Stacie Rawnsley still the only player under par on this card.
Yeah, she got it back. Little bounce back stat. Moving on to hole 7, par 4, 520 feet. We see a lot of players opting for the forehand off the tee to avoid that left side OB. If you can flip something up and push it straight, you can get all the way to the fairway that the drone is flying here with a couple less pencil trees in your way. Some players even getting all the way down to this big tree with a look at that eagle. However, most players cut it a little bit tighter and end up taking the smaller right fairway that the drone did not fly through, still leaving you with a chance to get up and down for birdie.
Kristin up first, forehand off the tee, around that center tree, moving left down the fairway. Good looking shot.
She'll probably have her pick of the fairways.
I said moving left, but she's moving right down the fairway. Rawnsley with a good looking forehand off the tee.
Jennifer Allen going with the backhand. Yesterday she had a bit of a high shot.
Another lucky tree kick.
I was just going to say,
inbounds?
yesterday she got lucky and hit a tree to keep her in bounds. I didn't think it was going to happen again.
Jennifer Allen.
That's silly.
Yeah, it really is.
Hailey King with a great forehand. She's getting a little bit of that extra distance up the fairway.
I love the enthusiasm on the flaggers.
Me too.
Just whipping that thing around. Stacie with a very challenging upshot. Ooh, look at that little dinosaur arm.
Yeah, I would say she gave us a little raptor throw.
I love that. Jennifer, a little turnover, sneaks through the trees. She's up there in circle 2.
Kristin lining up what looks like a high hyzer. It's a great shot, gets all the way around the trees, and she puts herself 8 feet outside the circle.
You saw Kristin had that route directly to the basket, but she took the biggest route to the basket. Yeah. Hailey did not take the biggest route to the basket.
Look what happened.
Yep. Here we are.
Hailey with a long bid here. She's just at the edge of the bullseye. Stacie with a jumper, leaks to the right, but just kicks a tree and she's in the bullseye.
Jennifer pitches her Yeti up right by the basket. Kristin for birdie. Just a bit short. Stacie Rawnsley makes good for the par from 18 feet.
Kristin and Jen both tapping in for par. Little Sunday barbecue.
Jennifer Allen still looking for her first birdie of the round. Hole 8, a par 4, 548 feet, downhill with these power lines and the power poles. What you want to do is try to land short of the ditch, or if you've got the shot, get over the ditch. Your second shot, again, hopefully you've got this main fairway to work with. Otherwise, there's a lot of smaller fairways I can find. You can still sneak up inside the circle and have a look at birdie, no matter if you land left or right side. I've even seen one player from Europe throw a putter off the tee. She purposely wanted to land by this middle power pole, and then she threw her second shot from there.
So she was like at the height of the basket.
She liked that play.
I saw someone accidentally do that. And then they were like, oh, you know what? This isn't too bad.
Kristin's shot, unfortunately, is in that ditch, out of bounds. Oh, and Stacie hits that pole. The one thing you're trying to miss here. She's in the woods on the left.
Jennifer Allen keeping the height, going with a turn over here. And that's going to be close. She clears the creek. That's a beautiful shot. Unless you have power like hers, you don't see a floaty looking drive get across the creek very often.
No, that was a very hovery, floaty drive.
Hailey King with a more direct route.
That's really what you see, more of a penetrating shot.
Exactly. Pushing that distance. Mm-hmm. After Stacie had hit the power line, she's left over here on the side. She's going to pitch up just shy of the creek, and she'll be looking at a forehand approach to save par. Good shot from her. Just need to get that right finish, and she does. I'm just hoping she didn't hit the pole again.
This is Kristin's third shot. Even though she went OB off the tee, very easy for her to save par. She's inside the bullseye.
I've mentioned it in previous days' commentary, but I've seen players who just try to reach the creek even if they're not sure they can make it, because it's easy to save par if you're in the middle of the fairway. was a great shot from Jennifer Allen, floating her disc up there almost with the eagle.
Hailey King with a forehand pitch up to 18 feet.
Probably one of the furthest drives I've seen out of FPO on this hole. She is in for a seemingly very easy birdie. Stacie Rawnsley able to save the par.
Kristin in for par. And Jennifer Allen in for the birdie.
Jennifer finally able to snag a birdie here on the front nine.
With a smooth, clean shave, every day is a clean slate. So who cares if you put all your money in crypto and called your boss an idiot? Barbasol. It's a can of can-do.
Hole 9, par 4, 580 feet. You can just shoot a straight shot up here at this main tree that you see, not trying to get too much distance and lining you up with a second shot. However, if you can push something and get a right finish and almost crest around the corner, you're sitting pretty to approach and try and get down past the log on your second shot for a look at birdie. However, with the sloping finish of this fairway and the fast green with the OB behind, if you're even close to that log, almost nobody runs it.
Jennifer Allen up first after a birdie on hole 8, and it was 2 left out of the hand. She only makes it about 60 feet off the tee.
You've seen Hailey with some great drives on this hole. That one was seeking the back of the fairway, catches a tree, and she is in the middle now. Kristin taking an inside line here. Gets a good skip and possibly a little nudge that we couldn't see, and she is near Hailey's disc. A nice shot from Stacie. She'll be joining that little cluster.
Jennifer with a turnover shot. Curious to see where that ends up.
She does go too tight around the corner, kind of ends up on the right side. She's been throwing a lot of high shots today. Gets some distance out of that, but kind of hard to tell exactly where she landed. I don't think it's going to be prime position.
No, it seems Jennifer might have to play for a bogey. Stacie's slightly out of position to attack the green, so she just gets around the corner. She can play for par from there.
Kristin in great position and using the full width of the fairway. She's past the log!
Yes! We've only seen Jennifer Allen get past the log so far, and Kristin finally looking at a birdie putt here on hole 9.
And Jennifer skipped under the log, which we didn't even know was a thing. Okay, everyone's figuring it out here on day 4. We love to see it. This is why they're in the final 8.
Jennifer has taken to a knee, trying to save a bogey.
Oh, I did not think that shot got her to the left side of the fairway.
Oh, that's too far.
That just needs to slow down.
Wow, another friendly tree kick has saved Jennifer Allen here at Nevin Disc Golf Course.
Ooh, Stacie with a fast approach. And she's inside the circle.
Hailey King for birdie.
Do it.
Oh, and she misses right side.
It's fine.
Hailey King's comeback for par. No problems on that
Great
one.
comeback.
You see her put her
Put her
hands up.
be like, why
where
didn't
were
I
you
do that?
on the birdie putt?
Definitely the elusive birdie. We've talked about it all weekend.
Kristin!
Thank you.
Thank you. I needed to see that. With the birdie here on hole 9.
Well played. She's able to erase that double from hole 2, back to even. Stacie Rawnsley in for the par. And Jennifer Allen will finish out this front 9 with a bogey.
Stacie Rawnsley having a good front 9, still under par.
Yeah. Kristin bringing herself back to even. Hailey King able to bring herself to even. And that's going to wrap up our front 9 here of the final day. Looking at our leaderboard, Kat Murch and Owen Scoggins currently tied for the lead with Missy on their tails. Only players under par.
We appreciate you guys tuning in to this final day coverage of the Pro Tour finale. If you'd like to support me, head on over to pharmacbd.com and use code HOLLY for 20% off all pharma products.
And if you'd like to support me, Raven Klein, you can find my Tour Series Convict on the Dynamic Disc website. Thank you so much, and we will see you for the final back 9 of the season.